In the late 1960s, a musical revolution was brewing in the industrial heart of Birmingham, England. As smoke billowed out from the towering chimneys that painted a stark silhouette against the gloomy English skies, a new sound was beginning to stir. A sound that was unlike anything that had been heard before. It was as if the very elements of the city, its iron, steel, and fire, were being transformed into a new form of musical expression. This was an era of transformation and turmoil, a time when the world was on the precipice of a new age. The post-war boom had given rise to unprecedented prosperity and industrial growth, but with it came the realities of a changing societal landscape. The youth, disillusioned by the stark realities of a rapidly changing world, sought solace in music that resonated with their innermost feelings of rebellion, angst, and despair. Amidst this backdrop, 4 young men from Birmingham found each other. They were ordinary lads with ordinary lives, but they shared an extraordinary dream. A dream to break free from the shackles of their mundane existence and express themselves through their music. Their names were Ozzy Osbourne, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward. Together, they formed a band that would go on to change the course of music history. Their music, heavy and dark, echoed the grim industrial atmosphere of their hometown. It was a stark contrast to the light pop and folk music that was popular at the time. They experimented with unconventional musical structures, heavy guitar riffs, and lyrics that told tales of despair, fear, and the occult, creating a sound that was not just music, but an experience. This was a sound that was meant to be felt, not just heard. It was raw, it was real, and it was revolutionary. As they dove deeper into this unexplored musical territory, their talent began to shine. Ozzy's haunting vocals, Iommi's thunderous guitar riffs, Butler's pulsating bass lines, and Ward's powerful drumming created a synergy that was mesmerizing. Word began to spread about this new band from Birmingham, and soon they were playing at small venues and clubs throughout England. Despite the initial skepticism and resistance from the mainstream music industry, they persisted. Their music struck a chord with the youth who were yearning for something more, something real. They were the voice of a generation that felt unheard, unseen, and unrepresented. Their journey to success was not an easy one. It was a path fraught with challenges, setbacks, and criticism. But they tenaciously followed their passion, driven by the belief in their music and their message. As they gained popularity, they began to attract the attention of record labels. In 1969, they signed a deal with Vertigo Records, marking the beginning of their ascent to stardom. Their debut album, Black Sabbath, released in February 1970, was an instant hit. It broke into the UK albums chart, peaking at number 8, and remained in the charts for over a year. The music world had officially been introduced to the sounds of heavy metal. Over the next decade, Black Sabbath would release a series of albums that cemented their place in music history. They toured the world, bringing their unique sound to audiences far and wide. They inspired countless bands and musicians, leaving an indelible mark on the music industry. And while their journey was marked with many ups and downs, their legacy remains uncontested. They broke boundaries, defied norms, and created a whole new genre of music. They showed the world that music could be more than just a form of entertainment, but a powerful medium of expression. This is the story of Black Sabbath, the pioneers of heavy metal. Our journey begins in the working-class neighborhoods of Birmingham, where 4 young men with a shared passion for music came together to form a band called Earth. We were just kids, really, but we had this desire to create something unique, something heavy. In 1969, Earth became Black Sabbath, adopting a darker, heavier sound that would set them apart from the rest. Their self-titled debut album, Black Sabbath, would become the blueprint for a new genre, heavy metal. Black Sabbath was unlike anything the world had ever heard. It was heavy, it was ominous, and it laid the foundation for heavy metal. Black Sabbath's rise to fame was meteoric, but it came with its share of struggles. The excesses of rock and roll took a toll on the band members, leading to lineup changes and creative challenges. We were living the dream, but it was also a nightmare. The pressure, the drugs, it was all too much. In the early 80s, Black Sabbath found new life with Ronnie James Dio as their lead vocalist. Together, they created some of the most iconic albums in the history of metal. Black Sabbath gave me a platform to express myself like never before. It was a magical time. After decades of success, Black Sabbath embarked on their final tour, saying goodbye to their loyal fans. Black Sabbath's music has touched generations. It's timeless. As the curtain falls on this documentary, we've witnessed the journey of four ordinary guys who became legends. Black Sabbath's legacy lives on,